But like those accounts where they're like, somehow they're in the top 100 in Battlegrounds and they're also grinding out the 6-star arena? Shocking. And this person also seems to have enough money to be buying crystals and get the 7-star versions of the champions. Like, all right. Hey, welcome back to the channel. All right, I'm going to try to make this one relatively quick, but I'm going to tell you about my experience in hopes that, one, it's interesting and entertaining, but also maybe you can learn a little something from it as we play this game, right? We all give each other advice. I give advice, and then often you remind me of things I've said or believe in, and that's always really, really helpful. Well, here's the situation is you know, I really love Battlegrounds. I think it's an incredibly, incredibly fun mode. And as in my journey of getting better at this game, those who've been watching me for years know this has been a real journey. I feel like I've done it. You know, I kind of set a goal. I didn't go around telling everyone what I was trying to do, but I wanted to get better at Battlegrounds in particular. You know, years ago, I wanted to get better at war. I wanted to join a war alliance, and I wanted to be an actually helpful part of that alliance in getting top 3 in the world in an alliance that played completely clean. And for those of you who are like, what does clean mean? It means no modding, no pilots, no anything. Okay, everyone's playing the game by the terms of service, and we did that. You know, and then I was in, I think we did that in 4 Loki, and then I, you know, joined SSX, and we were perennially top 10, and that was so much fun. I had an absolute blast doing that. Then Battlegrounds came out, and you know, war just didn't fit into my life as well as far as the way it worked, the way it was operating at that time. Will it work in the future? Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I'll keep an eye on how the season goes for everyone. And Battlegrounds, I enjoyed hosting those Battlegrounds tournaments. And, you know, one of the things I would often say is, so like, these guys are a lot better than me. And I want to make it clear, I'm not now saying I'm as good as like FinTech, okay? Or Nah, or TJ, or, you know, anyone, okay? That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is for me, there was a big, obvious, drastic difference, and it happened even just in how a season would go, a Battleground season. I enjoyed putting that on, and I enjoyed learning and watching, but then I was like, I kind of want to do that too. Like, I don't know, I can. Like, I'm a busy man, I have a full-time job, I have a wife, I have 2 kids, I have on that side, an awesome dog right there. Vega, say hello, or Nova, my old dog was Vega. Nova, say hello to everybody. She's saying hello as best she can. And so I started really putting forth the effort and the time, and I started really practicing the fights and learning and playing and doing streams of Battlegrounds and things like that. And last season I did very well, and I could start to feel it happen, right? Like when I picked my defenders and my against my opponent, it was just more automatic. I just knew, okay, this champion can take this many fights and whatever. And we've been talking about that more and more in the tier list videos. And then in this season, we had, in the first couple of weeks, we had a meta where you could almost really use anyone. Very well. I get up to Celestial 5, maybe lose a few, fall to Celestial 6. Every once in a while, I'd get down back to Mysterium 1. But ultimately, I'd make my way back up to Celestial 6, and then into Celestial 5. And I was like, okay, this is pretty cool. But I'm playing a lot. And what I mean by a lot for me is like, you know, there were days where I'd play for like a couple hours. Now, not every day, but still quite a few. And that's not a sustainable thing for me. That's a lot of fun. I enjoyed it, but that's not something that I can sustain and still live the life I want to live and do the things I want to do. It's all very personal. So it's like, okay, I know the meta is going to be switching, and the meta is going to become more constrained, let's call it. You can't just use anyone. And I wanted to see how I would do. So the meta changed, and I'm doing this, and I want you to know that you're going to see names up here. So much of this mode is RNG. I've lost to these people. They've beat me. I've beat them. Like, it's just, this is my last 10 matches. And I want to show you, I'm doing very well. I'm doing very, very well. And I feel comfortable and confident in how I'm doing. And I talked to a lot of very good players, very good Battlegrounds players, and they shared some things with me that have me feeling like I did it. I hit my goal. My goal was to become very good at Battlegrounds and to feel like I could do it. And I have. I mean, right now, literally, I'm in the top 100 players in the game. That is a big deal for me. I know I'm not going to hit, you know, what is it, like Barrowman and Zach the Sword and Andrew the Rough and these sorts of people in the 1 through 5. I know that, and that I'm very at peace with that. And I admire, and I want to be clear, everything I'm saying in this video, at no point do I have, like, it's all intended with respect. I don't have the ability, I just don't, and to lead the life I have and want to live, where I can stream and play this game for 3 and 4 hours a day. I just don't. I've noticed by playing it more, I got better. Just like anything else, intentional practice will help you get better at things. Where you are intending, you're focusing, you're putting forth your effort, and you're practicing it, you're gonna get better. It doesn't mean you become the best, but you get better than you already are, and I've had that happen for me. And I've talked to these great players, and they're like, yeah, you know, some of them said, like, I'm playing for hours a day. I'm doing my friendlies, I'm doing my practice, and then I'm doing my matches that count. I admire that, and that's cool. And, you know, about 25 years ago, I would have been in there with them. But I can't continue that. And so you're like, okay, so what's the point? The point is, one, I'm very proud, and I wanted to share it. Okay, it's true. I'm proud of what I did. I wanted to share it. What can we learn from this? One, intentional practice is really helpful. You literally saw it happen in front of you for the last 3, 4, 5 months. Okay. Also, is I'm going to back off. Now, I'm still going to love Battlegrounds. I'm still going to play it. But what I'm not going to do is if I lose 3 or 4 in a row and I fall to Mysterium 1, I'm not going to play for another hour because I know I'll catch back up and get back to Celestial 5. If I get back to Celestial 5, cool. If I get back to Celestial 6, cool. If I stay in Mysterium 1 or 3, fine. Ultimately, the rewards aren't that different, and also I'm planning to have a good time. Also, I want to try to do more streams where we just do friendlies. I really enjoy doing that with you all. We just try stuff and we practice and we get better and we have a good time playing a game. Like, it sounds so simple, and yet why do we do it so relatively little? The last part, and because I don't want to be a negative about this, I want to be overall positive because I feel good. Like, you see those names up there, right? Like that I'm with, and so many of them are just talented, skilled players, and they're all coming from different ways. You see alliances like Salty up there, GT40. You know, these are phenomenal alliances. I'm sorry I'm not naming the others, just I don't know them as well, right? JA. Look at my boy Na and SSX, literally one of the smartest, most skilled players in the game. So good, he's been hired by Kabam to balance champions, and somehow I am above him. But also, and this is, I will admit, this is a little bit of it, right? Because I played the game a lot. I do it enough to know it as well as I do and to put out the videos I do and things like that. So if this is my favorite mode, maybe I should be playing it, but there's some other things that have happened. One is there's a lot of RNG in this mode, and that's fine, that's good. I think that's how any draft game is going to work. It's also kind of part of what makes it fun, I think, in some ways. But also, you know, I'm not facing that many modders. I think I've only faced a couple where I thought, for like, definitely this person was modding, and with as much as I've played this season, that's not that many. But I'm also facing accounts where I'm like, I can say with a high degree of confidence that account is being piloted. And that sucks. It really, really does. It bothers me more than the modders. The modders, I'm like, there's just something wrong with them. I don't know why they do it, but like, whatever. The people who are having their accounts piloted, like, I just feel like you are genuinely stealing something from someone else. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't understand why it's in competitive modes like this. It just goes against everything and every way I play the game. And also, yeah, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and say it, is I've also found, especially with a meta like we're having now, pausing the game is like a smart thing to do. And I don't mean shade towards the people who are pausing. I don't, because it isn't against the rules. It's not. Piloting is. It's very obvious against the rules. Piloting, for those who don't know what that means, it means someone else is playing the account so that the account can do better and get better rewards. I just don't get that. Like, that is just straight up cheating. And it's very, losing to them, or like when I beat them, it feels really good. I really enjoyed that. But like those accounts where they're like, somehow they're in the top 100 in Battlegrounds and they're also grinding out the 6-star arena? Shocking. This person also seems to have enough money to be buying crystals and get the 7-star versions of the champions. Like, all right, I gotta hold on. But pausing. That is it's like, it's also the rerolls. And I get why people are rerolling. I mean, that's like literally in the game and it makes kabam money because people spend units on it. I don't reroll and I don't pause. And that's like my own rule set that I came up with. I'm not in, and I want to make it clear. I have no shade towards people who do either of those things. Those are just my own rule set that I came up with. My own 45-year-old man, Vega, thought it'd be cool if that's how we played the game. And then that's how I go about playing it. But then therefore it is annoying when I face someone who does it. But I can't justifiably be upset with them, right? Because we didn't come to some agreement. So I think I'm gonna try to get the VBC going again. It wasn't always intended to come back. I've been enjoying playing Battlegrounds because I think in tournaments we can set up rule sets that we all agree with. We get the best players in the world. We don't have any restrictions from travel or gambling rules of international law, which is real, okay, folks? Like, there's real international rules on this stuff. BAM can't just like break the law. But I can, because it's not the law. I'm not breaking the law, but I can bring these people together. And so that's it. Let me know your thoughts on it. For those of you who made it this far in the video, let me know what you think, how you're enjoying Battlegrounds. I do think the mode is incredibly fun, but the more it becomes a grind, the less fun it did become. I want to just enjoy it and play it. But I hit my goal. I made a goal. I hit it. I'm very proud. I wanted you to know. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.